there, crafty people. Well, what do we have here? It's the latest Tonic Craft Kit. So this is Craft Kit number 51 if you're still using the numbering system. So let's dive in and have a look. So we have our usual bundle of Nuvo goodies. Then we have our Tonic Craft Kit dies and stamps. We have our Craft Perfect, which is Tonic's range of paper. And this is a good one to look at first, actually, because it gives us an indication of the kind of colour theme we'll be working with. So I'm not going to read out the names of the cardstock because I'm assuming you're watching this because you want inspiration, because you have the kit. But if I'll just fan them out so you can see them. So we have 3 of the textured 216 GSM textured on one side, smooth on the other card. We've got some mirror card in a gorgeous like lilac-y colour. This gorgeous ripply speciality handmade paper, which is a sort of salmony kind of pink colour, so kind of similar to this. Then we've got sugar crystal, which is, it's not white per se, because it's got like elements of like green and pink, which I'm hoping the camera picks that up because you can clearly see in real life that it has. Then we've got 2 A4 sheets of paper, and that's the one side and that's the reverse. So that's what Tonic have been doing the last few months, is giving us A4 sheets of paper. So I think that's a new thing they've started doing. We've got this gorgeous speciality card, Miami Mint. That one's one of my favourites. This one's Sugared Lilac, that's one of my favourites. And this, I don't know what it is, but that's going to be one of my new favourites. And then Blue Frost, double-sided pearlescent, which is one of my favourites. So basically this kit is using my favourite colour palette, which is purples, lilacs, greens, etc. And then we've got this added element of the sort of bubblegum pink and the sugar crystal. So I'm really excited about this because I love the colour scheme. So what shall we look at next? Let's have a look at our Nuvo. So we have a silver service mixed card pack. Excellent. I don't think I have that one. So I'll open that for you so we can look at that together. So for anyone that hasn't subscribe to the kits, or maybe this is your first kit and you're looking for some inspiration, it really does vary month to month what we get. So we've got Hollow Waves Lunar Silver, which is the pearlescent one. We've got Silver Screen, which is silver glitter card, and this gorgeous Silver Strokes foiled craft card. That is so unusual. That'll be really nice to work with. That's really unusual. I haven't seen anything like that before with the silver and the craft, and I wouldn't have thought to put those together, so that'll be fun to try out. So these little 6x6 packs are really good. They're quite inexpensive and they're often on sale, so they're a really good addition to your card stock stash, because often, especially with things like mirror card and glitter card, we only need a little bit, because I don't know about you, but I just tend to use them on things like sentiments and stuff, or if I'm using it on like a border, if I was doing 6x6 card, I would usually cut out the middle and save it for something else because I'm tight. So yeah, so we've got that. We've got these beautiful lilac bloom confetti. That is stunning. So yeah, it's lilac, but it's iridescent, so it's picking up greens and blues. That is absolutely gorgeous. We've got a lovely Nuvo vintage drop, so the ones that dry with a matte finish, and this is peppermint candy. So it's a very like nice pale peppermint, but also sort of kind of like pale aqua kind of colour. Then we have some crackle mousse, a little tester pot, and this colour is Water Nymph. Again, a beautiful aqua colour. I'm just going to enjoy this kit so much. It's like they've made this kit for me, in terms of the colour scheme at least. And then another tester part, expanding mousse this time. And this is in the colour Misted Mauve. So I don't think I've got that one. This beautiful mica mist in pink carnation. So that is a lovely pink sparkly spray. And then embossing powder in classic silver. Now this is my favourite go-to silver embossing powder. I had it in a craft kit once and I tried it out, and although it looks quite dark, it's beautiful. It's so shiny. It's like chrome. So now onto our stamps and dies. We have our lovely sticker. So this is Sweetheart Bouquet. So a while ago, if you're new to Tonic Craft Kits, they dropped the numbering system and just decided to give each kit a name. So this is Sweetheart Bouquet. So let's get back to our dies and stamps. So stamps, we have some lovely sentiments in some really nice fonts and some really pretty ornate patterns. So thank you so very much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Missing you. You are always in my thoughts. Just to say, very special. Someone, friend, best wishes, and these lovely floral elements. So that is lovely. And again, high quality photopolymer. We have our sheet here, which gives us some inspiration. So it's really handy to be able to see what the design team and content creation team have been making to give us inspiration. So you can see that the size of the die here, you can see that the design team members on these two examples have used it on a larger, so I would imagine that's a 5x7 card. Let me just measure this for you. So this is around 4 inches by 5.5, so that would be perfect for a American A2 card if you wanted it to fill the entire front. But if you wanted to use it on a larger make, you can easily do so by using the beautiful backing papers. And there's obviously the list of everything. So what's that? I did want to check out that mirror card, soft amethyst. I need to buy some of that in my, okay, so my no spend January is failing abysmally at the first hurdle, but never mind. So we've got this outer cutting die here, which cuts a scalloped element, and then we have these two different verso dies which would fit within that outer die. So with it being a verso die, that means it cuts into the card, but it has no cutting edge on the outside. So if you if you use this, it will cut, say on the front of a card blank, it would cut into the front of the card blank, and then just leave what's there. You know, it would cut the pattern in and then leave the rest of the card. But if you wanted it to be on top of the card, you would either use this die or another, you know, any sort of, if you didn't want a scallop, you could just use a regular rectangle with it, or you could just run it through some cardstock and then trim off, like, say, a 1/4 inch border around it. They're both beautiful floral images, really pretty. So straight away, like, looking at that would be so beautiful for paper piecing. And I do like a bit of paper piecing. And then we have these large elements in the center. So there's another scallop here, and then a sentiment, which I won't know what it says until I've read it, because I can't read. That's not one of my skills. I can't read backwards text, especially when it's in a nice sort of cursive or serif sort of font. And then we've got some more decorative panels here. So and another scallop. So there's a lot of bang for your buck with this kit. There's a lot of metal. I love background dyes. That looks like another sentiment. So what I'm going to do now is to go ahead and make some cards. And I'll also include some footage of any particular processes that I'm doing that I think might be of interest to you. So I'll be back in a moment with some completed cards and then some partial tutorial bits. So I have 3 makes to show you. So this first one is really nice and dimensional. I used the Blue Frost pearlescent card to cut out the intricate die with all the roses on the bottom. And then I also cut the same pattern out of ivory white cardstock, 2 pieces. So this is actually 3 layers high. And then I used some of that beautiful speciality handmade cotton paper as the background. And then for the centre, I used some Miami mint to cut out the sentiment, which is thinking of you. And I also cut it out again with some ivory white. So there's a very slight drop shadow, which just enables you to read the sentiment a little bit better. And then I mounted that onto some of the bubblegum pink cardstock. So that's the first one. I also added some of the Nuvo drops into here and here because I thought that that sort of framed the sort of heart-shaped floral arrangement, and then just a few strategic places in each corner. So that's the first one. The second one, I said that I really fancied doing some paper piecing, and boy did I do some paper piecing. So I paper pieced the whole thing, and I must admit I really like the way that it's turned out. I cut again the ivory, a panel in the ivory white 300 GSM and put it onto an A2, American size A2 4¼ by 5½ inch card blank. And then I used the die strategically, so just cut down like pieces of like the purple card where I wanted it to be, and the mint card, etc. And then I've done the trellis bits in the holographic, the hollow waves from the 6-inch paper pad that we got. I used the embossing powder, and you see what I mean about how lovely and chrome like the silver is. It's really it's my favourite silver embossing powder. And then I've just finished this one off, and I've just added some of the vintage drops. So obviously they're a bit shiny at the moment. They'll dry more matte once they're dry. And then my third card is this one here. Actually, just to say, with this one, the Have a Lovely Day is from Tonic Craft Kit 39. I wanted it to be sort of suitable for a birthday kind of thing, so I chose this Have a Lovely Day. And then this final card, this one I used the mousse. So I again was using the 300 GSM card and this time I used it with the other background panel. So I've used the same background panel for these two and the other one for this one, and as you can see, the mousse just pokes through the intricate spaces and gives a really lovely effect, but still very classy and finished because you've got this border on top. So I'm going to show you a bit of footage in a moment to show you how I actually did that. And then I've just finished it off with the Best Wishes stamp from the stamp set, included in the kit, in some dark purple ink, and I've just used a scattering of the little lilac bloom confetti around there. So I'll just insert a bit of footage now showing you how I made this, and I'll see you back in a mo. Okay, my crafty lovelies. So for this card I have used one of the panels, not that one, this one, and I used a rectangle die from Tonic Craft Kit 34, and it fits perfectly. So just instead of the scallop, so if you have previous Tonic Craft Kits as well, or just regular nesting square dies, just for a bit of variety, that's something that you can do. So I ran those two dies together, taped together, through my tangerine twice, and then I just cut a rectangle purely on its own, and that's all out of the 300 GSM Craft Perfect in ivory white. So I've stuck the intricate detailed patterned die onto the rectangle, and now I'm going to do a technique which I picked up from Crafty Christine. So it's an excellent technique to use with expanding mousse and intricate dies. So I've just opened up my little pot and managed to get mousse all up down my fingernails. You will definitely want a baby wipe or a bowl of soapy water or something like that next to you while you're doing this. You also need some sort of spatula. It doesn't have to be anything expensive, just something that's flexible that enables you to pick up and spread the expanding mousse. So we're basically going to just spread it all over. It doesn't matter if it goes over the edges, because this is what we've got this for. So we're going to stick this over the top once we've got the expanding mousse that's expanded through the beautiful pattern. And it's really effective. It looks ever so neat because you've got the extra intricate die over the top, and it just looks fab. It's really nice and it's fun. So I just wanted to show you this. So we just want it just a nice even layer, or as even as you can get it. So but you do want to make sure that you do it on a wipeable surface. So on like an easy clean mat or a glass mat or something like that. So now I'm going to turn on my heat tool. And then you can start to see it puffing up nicely. This gorgeous misted mauve expanding mousse has now puffed up through all of the little intricate spaces. There's a few areas where it's not perfect. Obviously there's a little divot bit there, but for the most part it's puffed up beautifully. It feels so lovely. If you've never used it, it's really cool. It feels all like spongy. So that's fab. So if you then lay over your intricate die and then line it up properly, you get all the puffed up bits coming through exactly where they should be. So I'm just going to prepare this a bit more before I do that, so you can see like there's bits that have come over the edges and stuff. So I'm going to just tidy that up a bit with a craft knife. But there we go. Yeah, so I'm just going to tidy that up and then stick that back on, and then that's how I made the gorgeous card that you've just seen. So here we go, 3 completely different cards, and to be honest, I've barely touched the cardstock. I haven't used the crackle mousse yet. I've still got so many more ideas of different things that I could do, so there will most likely be a follow-up part 2 to this video with more inspiration. I just didn't want to make this video too long. So that's all from me today. If you liked the video and picked up some tips, please use your thumb and give it a like, and leave me any comments or questions you have in the comment section below, and I'll see and speak to you soon with some more crafty goodness. Bye for now.